participants in this Corzine hearings, Congressman Michael Grimm, who I believe said the single most honest statement coming from either a congressman or a witness. He said this to Jon Corzine after he attempted to answer one of your questions. I don't believe that answer. Back us up a little bit. What happened?
Well, I don't think that Jon Corzine was being forthright with most of the answers, to be quite frank. He was dancing around the issues. He was being evasive. And if he did nothing wrong, he shouldn't be doing that. He's in front of the Congress. So really relying on some of the skills I learned as an FBI agent, I baited him into a question that he wouldn't see as a tough question, which was simply an article from the Wall Street Journal.
About the leverage of the firm.
About the leverage of the firm. And he said he didn't know anything about that article. How can a CEO of a company not know of a negative article in the Wall Street Journal? It's preposterous. It's absurd. And I called him on it. Told him straight out, I don't believe you.
Do you think he's committed perjury here? It's kind of interesting. He says, I didn't intend to misuse money. There are certain, but he has made some specific statements. Do you think anything comes close to perjury?
Perjury is extremely difficult to prove. However, let me say this, and this is something I did learn as an FBI agent. When a witness or someone that's testifying is lying about the small things, like a Wall Street Journal article that everyone knows exists, then they're lying about the big things. That's just the general rule of thumb. My opinion, based on what I just saw in this committee, what I listened to, I believe that Jon Corzine is not telling us everything he knows. And I think that he's not telling us about some of the material questions being asked here today. And that's going to be a problem for him down the road. And I will tell you that the FBI is going to uncover all of this, because I don't believe that the witnesses that are being brought forward, the employees, CME, and so on, are going to have any reason to lie. They're going to tell the truth. They're not going to be covering him. And there's going to be all of these people lining up to say he knew this and this happened, and then there's going to be him saying, I didn't know.
By the way, your colleague Peter King of Long Island made the point that how many people have you hired in compliance? Do you know the numbers? How much money did you spend? His answer was, I don't know.
I don't know. Exactly. And that's the other thing here. Even when they asked him about Dodd-Frank, he said, oh, I really couldn't comment on that. Since I've been here in 11 months, every CEO I've met with goes into great detail about how Dodd-Frank is hurting their company. And they can go into the detail of how many employees they lost, how many employees they had to hire. There's no question he knows.
Okay, great. Congressman Grimm, thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
Terrific stuff, Charlie. Thank you very much. By the way, tonight on Power and Money at 9 p.m., we have John Whitman.